Yeah, I like where we're at. I like where our mindset's at. You know, it's really about just taking it one day at a time. Really, you don't know how you're gonna describe this defense till it's all said and done at the end. But we know what we want to achieve on our side of the ball, and it's really about just pushing one another every day. Really trying to get the most and squeeze that thing as much as possible. Get as much out of one another, and really build that camaraderie out there with the guys and strain. It's all about straining every day.
10 interceptions already for the defense. Is it fair to say part of that mindset is going for the ball?
Yeah, that's always a mindset. Every year we're trying to get the ball back for the offense, and that's how you win games. A turnover battle. That's what decides winning and losing. And so we want to make sure we get as many of those as possible right now, because then that'll translate to the games later.
From what you've seen from Charvarius so far, how can he maybe help this defense take another step?
Yeah, just a pure lockdown corner. I think what's great about him is I'll go throughout an entire practice and I won't hear anything about him, which is great, because that means that he's locking his side down. Like, you don't really notice him because they don't want to throw to his side, because he's strapping it up every single play. He's gotten his hands on the ball plenty of times just through 4 days, and I really love what I'm seeing out of all the DBs. Their willingness to compete every single day and to get better. They look really great right now.
Is there a trickle-down effect from having a guy like Ward, where the other guys maybe don't have as much responsibility, or maybe they want to step up to that level, or however that might play out?
I mean, I think across the board, yeah, Charvarius has been doing an outstanding job, but you can't dismiss or not see. You can't go look on the other side, and Emmanuel Mosley and the growth that he's made. I think he's playing at an unbelievable level right now, and I love to see it, and I'm sure the D-line loves to see it, because that means more sacks for them. The way that they're competing in the back end allows the whole defense works together in unison, and so when we're all clicking like that, it's going to get scary.
Something that you said the other day, that you were really annoying on the field. Do you have a certain level of pride in that, though? And because during a game, obviously there's going to be trash talking. Is that getting everybody ready?
Yeah, that's funny. I think specifically with Brandon, I chose him out. I specifically said, and I'll say why. I think he's ready to make that next step into playing at an elite level, right? And ever since he's gotten here in the last couple of years, I've kind of gotten after him a little bit, going around the locker room and around the building, because I know how much he has in him, and I know if I nag him a little bit, he's going to start getting sick and tired of that and starting to kind of hold his own. And so I like what I see out of BA. He works super hard, and he's starting to really gain that mindset of knowing that he's the guy and he's capable. And I'm just trying to get the best out of him. That's it.
He did say he couldn't be mad at you because you told him in advance that you were going to annoy him. So how do you kind of draw the line on what's overly annoying and just trying to get the best out of him? How do you kind of figure that out?
I mean, I don't go out there with there's a line to it. I go out there with the intent of trying to dominate every single rep, and they got to hear my mouth regardless. And that's also just putting pressure on me. I think that I'm always trying to find ways to get the best out of myself. And so me telling him beforehand, hey, I'm gonna be on you today. That now I have to go out there, execute, and be at my best, or else it's just talk, and there's no action to it.
There's a similar kind of dynamic with Trey, trying to piss him off a bit in practice.
Yeah, same thing. I'm all the quarterbacks. I like just getting after them, and I'm trying to get everybody battle ready. When you get down to it, and there's a lot of games where it comes down to that 1 or 2 scores, and you're playing against a top tier team. I mean, they're all top tier teams, the NFL. You might have some guys on the opposite side of the ball who are even chirpier than I am, and you want to be able to look across and be like, man, this is nothing. I've been going against the best all training camp. So now you go out there and you got extreme confidence, knowing that, okay, I'm ready, I'm battle tested, let's go do this.
How much more prepared do you feel now you're just coming into this training camp as opposed to the last 2 years?
You talk in terms of
Just his mental state, his physical state.
Oh, Trace?
No, Brandon. Sorry.
Oh, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon. He's in a great spot. I feel like he's he's doing all the things he needs to. Because I mean, you know he's capable of making the big play. I think it's honestly just the little things like the contested catches that he's making. Those are the ones we're gonna need. Like it's gonna be a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. Brandon, we're gonna run something to the sticks, and we need you to make this in sticky coverage, and to move the chains. So it's just those little things like that where it might go unnoticed because it's just like a little 5-yard hitch, but like those are the plays that make and break a game, like being able to move the chains and rely on guys like that. And so I feel like him and Trey got a really good rhythm and chemistry right now.
You've added different things to your game over the years, and I think the peanut punch is probably the most popular, and you use that today. What's something that you tried to add this offseason just to take you to another level?
Yeah, I think just something I'm really working on right now is my man coverage skills, being able to be the guy where like I want to give D'Amico more freedom to call whatever he wants on certain 3rd down coverages and being able to leave me on the field to play man-to-man on tight ends, backs, whoever. So staying out the practice, working my feet, working my hands. Me and Jimmy have had really detailed talks because Jimmy Ward, because I feel like he's the best coverage safety in the entire league. So really kind of picking his brain about it, trying to work some of the things that he works into my game. That's one of the biggest things I'm trying to work right now.
Right, with this sport where guys get hurt, they go through some grueling rehab, they have their comebacks, and then you see like what Tarvarius Moore did on the field today, where he gets 2 interceptions. How does that make guys feel, and just your thoughts on him?
No, it's great to see, and that's one of my guys. Because we both came in together. 2018 guys. He has had a tougher route. He had that injury last year that set him back, but to be able to come out here, and I mean, we need him to. We need him to come in and compete, and then him and Huff pushing one another, really competing. That's how you bring the best out of each other's games. And so he made a heck of plays today, and I even ran down, I think, on his 2nd interception and go chase him down. Love him up, but yeah, that's great to see.
Going back to the regular season finale last year, how impressive in retrospect was it that Denard came in and learned the playbook like overnight and delivered those 18 snaps against the Rams?
Yeah, super impressive. I feel like he that just shows like the professionalism of knowing that you're physically ready to go. I mean, that's one whole part of it, coming in mid-season or at the end of the season to be able to be physically ready, but then also mentally, him having that veteran presence to him and knowing where to be, knowing how to compete. That was huge for us, and so it's good to have him back and really gaining that that chemistry with him, being out there and continuing to work.
What is the anticipation for the pads to come on, and what changes for you in practice?
Yeah, I think we're all ready. I know Kyle's mentioned it a couple times, wanting to get the pads on. That's really what football is about. Is kind of like the physicality part of it. I don't know if a ton changes. We already compete, at a pretty high level, especially on our side of the ball, defense, being physical, having that mindset. And so when the pass come on, nothing really changes. You're just able to really just thud guys up. It's great for linebackers to be able to compete against the running backs, thud them up, tight ends, receivers, and work our technique. And this is where you kind of build that callus where you get those hits, and build the callus, and then once you get into the season, it's just second nature, and you go.
I know it's only a couple days in, but have you been able to notice any changes in Trey as far as growth, confidence, recognition, things like that?
Yeah, every part of it. Everything you just mentioned. I think when you come into your second year and you're handed over the reins, knowing that you're the guy, that in itself is already going to give you confidence. And then having a full off season under his belt to work his technique and to study defenses, study his own tape. What can he get better at? And I think he's continuing to show growth and to continue to get better, and that's really what it's all about.
Can you talk a little bit about what the return of Johnny Holland has meant to you and the rest of the linebacking group?
It's meant everything, man. That's our guy. And he's, I think he's the best linebacker coach in the entire league. And obviously, I might be biased, but I think the way that he pushes us and loving us up. I think as a coach, you got to be able to teach first. You can yell and scream at guys all you want, but when you have a great teacher, somebody who's been through it, has all that experience, and is able to kind of give us that experience, teaching us, loving us up, letting us know that we are the best, and in turn, that's gonna sit with us, and we're gonna be able to go out there and perform at our best. Also knowing that we always have room for improvement. We're never perfect. We're chasing perfection, but we're gonna continue to get better and try and be the best.
Have you gotten to know Kamoko Toure at all, and what are your impressions of him?
Yeah. We call each other twin because like we look similar. He's much bigger than I am, but we came in together 2018. I met him at the combine actually in the Senior Bowl. We kind of just linked up there, and we got to know one another. I followed his career with the Colts. He was a breakout when he first came in, and then had that bad ankle injury, trying to rehab from that. And then this offseason, I saw he came in for a visit, and I was like, oh, they're asking me about him. Like, we got to get this guy. He could be a real game changer for us. And we ended up getting him, and he's just continued to show why. I mean, he was drafted as high as he was, and still has so much potential and so much left in his tank. I think his abilities through the roof, but I think even more so his character, the way that he works, and the effort part of it is at another level. I think he's going to really help us a lot.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Hey, Fred.
The best friends ever. Yeah, I'm gonna lead with